The Real McCoys, starring Walter Brennan, created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the Real McCoys. That's Grandpappy Amos, the head of the clan. He roars like a lion, but he's gentle as a lamb. And now here's Luke, who beams with joy since he made Kate Mrs. Luke McCoy. From West Virginia they came to stay in sunny California. Old Grandpappy Amos and the girls and the boys of the family known as the Real McCoys.
Hi, Florrie. Anybody at home?
Oh, come in.
Hiya, Florrie.
Yeah, Florrie. We brought you some strawberries. We had more than we could use.
Oh, we thought you and George would like them. They make delicious preserves.
I know. What a nice surprise. All of you dropping by. And I'm flattered that you came too, little Luke.
Well, there's nobody to leave me with.
But you was anxious to see your Aunt Florrie and your Uncle George, wasn't you?
Sure.
Where is that honorary brother of yours, Florrie?
Oh, George is out in the barn. You wait here and I'll get him.
No, you don't need to do that, Florrie. Let me go out and surprise the old
Oh,
goat.
please, Amos, don't.
Why, something wrong?
No, Amos. He's just, I'll go and call him. It's better that way.
Well, this is the darndest thing I ever heard of.
Grandpa, can't George have something private if he wants to?
Of course he can have something private. Just so long as I know what it is.
Oh, Grandpa, stop fussing. George probably got a sick cow out there, and he just don't want to be disturbed.
Your eyes are kind of watery blue, ain't they?
They're your nicest feature, and I want to get them just right. Flora, I wish you wouldn't bust in on me like this.
George, the McCoys are here.
They are.
Amos wanted to come down, but I told him I'd call you. You don't want him down here, do you?
No. This is something that Amos would never understand, a fella having a hobby. And besides, I ain't in no mood to listen to his wisecracks. Help me get some of this stuff away, Flora, in case he comes snooping. Coming too far.
What?
Hold my palate, will you, Flora?
And George.
I've been painting so much, my thumb kind of swole up on me.
George, what about this?
Oh, just put it any place, will you, Flora? It's just what I daub my brush on. Well, Flora, put. Will you get these things somewhere, please, out of sight? Flora, my palate. Will you pull my palate?
George! I thought I'd come down anyways. Hi, George. No, you and me ain't got no secrets. What's that you got there?
Look, Amos.
Flora, you better go. This talk might get kind of rough.
All right, George.
Well, your little nephew's in town, huh? I didn't know he'd done painting. Where's little feller at? He must be 5 or 6 years old by now. Oh, another one, huh? Hey, George, you developed a twitch or something?
No, I didn't develop no twitch.
You, George? You?
Yes, me. Now, what about it?
Funny thing I ever heard. Why are you doing it, George?
You wouldn't understand. I just do it for my own amusement.
Oh, you ought to get a lot of laughs out of it. What is it?
Well, can't you see it's a grapefruit?
A grapefruit?
Well, I ain't finished it yet.
Hey, let me get that off in your hand before you hurt yourself. Give me that.
Flora Florrie told us what it was all about, and I think it's really wonderful.
Wonderful? Well, you ain't seen them yet.
I think they're just fine. But they're fine, aren't they, Luke?
Oh, yeah, you bet your life they are. Well, look at that one there. Look at that. Now, that sunset looks so real, you almost got to squint at it.
Well, you better squint, because it'll squirt. It's a grapefruit.
I told you I ain't finished it yet.
You like it, don't you, little Luke?
I think it's real keen. Best painting I ever seen. Hey, you don't have to shove me. I know what I'm supposed to say.
I appreciate you trying to make me feel good, but I just do it for my own pleasure.
Well, I like him, George. As a matter of fact, I kind of like to have one. But I'll pay you for it, of course.
What?
Well, this one's finished. This one's finished. You can have it, Kate, and I wouldn't think of asking no money.
Oh, well, thank you, George. I'd know just where I'm going to hang it, too.
Yeah, that'd be the perfect place, Richard. Except it might stop the hens from laying.
In the dining room.
The dining room? Why, that's where we eat.
And that's just where we're going to hang it, too.
Yeah, caught that fish myself. Put it in a platter and just paint it. It could be better, but I had to paint it real fast, as you can well understand.
Well, I guess we better be running along. Thanks, George.
Yeah, George, just...
Thank you
Thank
for bringing
you,
over
love.
the strawberries. Oh, that's all right, Florrie. Here, little Luke, you carry it. And be careful not to fall down now.
Don't pay no mind to what Kate just said. You fall down if you want it.
Well, you get back to work now. You see, they liked everything, George. Except Amos, of course. And what does he know about art?
No, Flora, I think they was just trying to be kind.
Oh.
When my grapefruits look like sunsets, it's time to hang up my brush.
George, that's just silly. You're only doing this for your own pleasure. Now, you go ahead.
Look at him laying there in the platter, one eye is staring. I still say he's just sneering at me.
Grandpa, it's your imagination. Well, I don't think it looks half bad now that we put our frame on it.
It looks worse because it stands out more.
Look, Grandpa, now, just forgetting about the picture, we got to consider George's feelings.
Sure, after asking for it, he couldn't come over here and not see it hung.
We can tell him somebody stole it. That'll make him feel good.
No, Grandpa. You've hurt George enough already. But Florrie told me he'd give up painting on account of you.
Well, he didn't give up soon enough.
Come in, Mr. Daggett.
You said you had something you wanted to sell, Mr. McCoy.
What are you selling behind my back, Kate?
Oh, Grandpa, just them things I took out of the attic 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I suppose you're going to rob us blind again, Daggett, huh?
You called me. I didn't call you.
They're in here, Mr. Daggett.
You steal the gold fillings out in your teeth if you don't watch it.
Yeah, well, he still pays better than any other junk dealer.
Yeah, I suppose so. Well, this ain't going to stay here except when George is around.
Now, Grandpa.
Hey, little Luke, he dumped this in the closet someplace.
Wait a minute, Grandpa. I got myself a dead lizard. Maybe Uncle George will paint him for me.
Look, do like I tell you.
Well, I gotta go to my room.
Just put it right there, Mr. Daggett.
Hey, you selling all them valuable treasures?
Yes, Grandpa.
Why, there's things in there that's priceless. Now, where could you buy anything like that nowadays? We should be dealing with a museum instead of Daggett.
Please, Grandpa, just sell them.
Yeah, and may the best man win.
McCoy, whenever you think you've got me softened up, we'll talk money.
$50 for the lot, not a penny less.
$3.
Are you out of your head?
$3.50 and I'm leaving.
It's a deal. Almost like you meet a man halfway.
50 cents. What's this?
What's what? Oh, that.
I like that.
You do?
What's it doing on the floor?
Well, I was just taking it down to the bank for safekeeping. The rarest treasure in the whole house.
I'll give you $20 for it.
$20? Leave the picture here.
But, Grandpa, you told me.
I know what I told you, but you just leave it here now.
But, Grandpa.
Go on. Forget what I told you and get yourself a glass of milk. I'll just have to keep reminding the boy. It's yours, Daggett, for $20. Now I'll help you the other stuff. You get that out there and I'll pass you this out the door. seen one like you in a long time.
Oh, beautiful. Ought to bring $40 easy.
Grandpa, little Luke was saying something about George's painting. Where is it?
Oh, I just sold it to Daggett for $20. There's Andrew Jackson staring you right smack in the face.
$20 for that fish?
Beautiful thing, won't it, Luke? Kate, I gotta hand it to you. You're sure a good judge of art.
Oh, what about George?
Well, what about George? It just means he's got talent. I gotta drive over and tell him the good news and start him painting again. And we're both gonna be rich. Well, it ain't Grandma Moses.
Look, Amos, I ain't painting no more, so save the wisecracks.
Who's wisecracking, George? You see this?
So?
Well, that's just what Roy Daggett gave me for your fish picture. I was all wrong about your painting, George.
Daggett, he gave you $20 for my fish?
That's the truth, George.
He liked it, Amos.
Here.
Flora! Ain't had to brush my hands since you was here. He liked it. He really liked it, huh?
Take it easy now, George.
My palate, I gotta get to work.
Hey, calm down now, George.
Yeah, let me see. I remember. A watery blue. A watery blue. Put it upside down. Stuck again. Oh. Blue. Big.
Please simmer down now. Here.
I'm so excited, Amos.
Let me get that off your thumb before you bust it.
Thanks, Amos.
See, now, look.
Daggett liked it.
There,
He really liked it.
Yeah. You better do a little talking about your futures.
You know,
set yourself down now. Now, about this $20, old friend.
Oh, well, that's really yours, Amos. I gave you folks the picture. You know, my reward is knowing there's a deep appreciation for my painting. Of course, I could use a little money for paint. I'm hitting bottom in my burnt sienna.
We'll split it. Now, George, you can count on Daggett taking everything to turn out.
Well, Amos, I wouldn't be interested in selling. I just do it for my own amusement.
Your own amusement? Well, how can you be so selfish?
Selfish, Amos?
There ain't no other word for it. Why, there's people all over the world just a panting for pictures from great artists like you. Here you want to hide them in your barn. I wouldn't want that on my conscience, George.
No, Amos. I don't want to do anything to hurt the people. This has all happened so fast.
I know
Amos,
you do the right thing, George. Now we got to finish that grapefruit. And then we got that thing over there with the two eyes on it.
That's going to be a cow, Amos.
A cow, huh? Yeah, how long is it going to take you to finish them?
Oh, a couple of months, I'd say.
A couple of months?
Well, I could run my ranch.
Well, you got a duty to the people, don't you see? They're waiting. You got to slush on this paint at top speed.
I suppose you're right, Amos.
Now, one more thing, George. The business end. Now, you know, it just ain't right for artists to get mixed up with money, you see.
It ain't, huh?
No, it ain't. And I'm going to take that awful worry off your shoulders. I'm going to split with you 50-50.
Anything you say, Amos.
Well, we might as well get to work now. There ain't no time like the present. A cow, huh? Well, now at this point, it could be most anything, couldn't it? How about making two fishes? We know that they're good sellers. I'm looking at it, George. Just keep that brush moving. The world is waiting, you know. And don't forget, I got Daggett coming over to my house tonight.
George, I brought you some lunch.
Stay right down here, girl.
But I wanted to be sure that...
That's all right, Florrie.
But Amos,
Don't worry. Is that the only one he finished, Grandpa? No, he'll be bringing the cow over any minute now. How do you like it, Kate? What's she so all fired happy about?
Well, I don't know.
Grandpa, you know I don't like this whole thing.
Well, now, look, Kate. George is going to be famous, and he's going to make some money. And we're going to make some money. Is that any crime?
Grandpa, you've got George so far up in the clouds. What if his paintings ain't as good as you think they are? Wait, he's going to have an awful long way to fall.
But, Sugar Babe, we know his paintings are worth money.
Sure, at least $20. And they say a painting don't reach top value while the artist is living. But after George kicks the bucket, he'll be worth a fortune. Glory, George, come on in.
Evening.
Well, George, you look like a real genuine artist.
Well, when in Rome. You know, Kate, you're allowed to keep these things on in the house.
Oh, of course.
They're called barrettes.
Did you bring the other picture with you, George?
Got it right here, Amos.
Oh, a wonderful Guernsey cow.
Here, let me hang it up, Grandpa.
Oh, let me take your coat, Florrie.
Oh, I don't think we're staying. George would rather not.
No, folks. You see, with Daggett coming and knowing how much he likes my painting, well, I blush kind of easy.
George, I got the cow squinting at the grapefruit.
Looks good, joined it, Amos. That's probably Daggett's car. Come on, Flora.
Yeah, I'll take care of everything, George. I'll see you in the morning.
Thanks for everything. Good evening, Mr. Daggett.
Good evening.
Enjoy yourself. Flora, be nice to hear what he has to say, eh?
Whatever you say, George.
Let's kind of sneak up on the porch, eh?
You got more of the same, huh? Is this what you brought me over here for?
Well, what's the matter with him?
Where are the frames?
Well, we just didn't put no frames around them.
What do you think I paid you $20 for?
What are you trying to say?
Do you mean to tell me you think that painting was worth anything?
And you bought that picture just to get the frame?
That's right. It was antique. Gold leaf.
And you mean the picture wasn't no good, Ator?
It was a waste of good canvas. I don't know who did it, but as an artist, he was a good plumber. What people try to palm off on you?
What are you going to tell him, Grandpa?
I don't know. I just don't know. Luke, get the cookie jar.
But, Grandpa, what...
Go get it, Luke.
George, why don't we just go home?
No, Flora. No sense of making them look at them paintings any longer.
But tomorrow'd be time enough.
Thank you, Flora. But no, I better get them.
Oh, George, you forget something? Say, Daggett was just crazy about the pictures. Didn't do as good as I thought we would, but we still done all right. Here.
No, thanks, Amos. But I'll take my pictures. I heard everything.
Oh.
Guess I must look pretty silly to all you, huh?
No, George, no. It was my fault, and I'm sorry.
Oh, nobody's fault, Amos. I just ain't much of a painter, that's all.
George, that's not the important thing. The important thing is that you did something that made you happy.
Well, that's right, George. I mean, this whole thing just started as a hobby, and that's what it ought to be. Nothing more.
A man don't have to have a hobby to be happy. Amos, there ain't got a hobby, and he's doing all right.
Grandpa, you could do George a good turn.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know darn well what she's talking about, Grandpa.
Now, Luke, that's my own private business, and everybody in this house took a sacred pledge not to talk about it. Wait a minute, George.
What's Amos going to do?
You'll see, Florrie.
I appreciate you all trying to encourage me, but, well, when a man's heart ain't in it anymore, it's...
Just wait a minute, George, please.
My hobby.
Just what is the hobby?
Clay modeling, can't you see?
George, Grandpa's been doing this for some time now.
Yeah, I've been doing it for my own amusement. Never could see no good reason why I should tell nobody about it. Of course, it's like you, George. I wasn't too good at the beginning, but, well, I kept practicing. You can see how it pays off.
Florrie, time to put the beret back on again. I'm going to do a portrait of you. Let me see the eyes. Watery blue. Perfect. I still get some left over from the cow.